Land scams are becoming much more prevalent in Lagos, and people who fall prey for land scams are usually first-time buyers, people who have no idea what to do when they want to buy land. They don't know who to go to or where to go to, and they just call the first agents they see, or they get in touch with the first company they see, and at the end of the day they end up losing their hard-earned money. This is becoming a menace. Lagos has hundreds of real estate companies and thousands of real estate agents. So the likelihood of meeting a scammer is not very slim, if you ask me. That is why I am making this video. This is the ultimate guide to first-time land buyers. This is the checklist you need if you're looking to buy a land. Watch till the end because it's going to be really insightful. I am Ayeni of La Vida, and I'm not just into the business of selling real estate, but helping you make the best real estate investment decision that you'll be proud of for years to come. This is my ultimate checklist for buying land in Lagos. Just like New York, Lagos is the city that never sleeps. Everyone in Lagos is constantly trying to hustle. I mean, time moves so fast here, but people move even faster. The point of this video is to ensure that you are not being hustled, because everybody in Lagos is hustling. That is why I'm providing this ultimate guide to buying land in Lagos. This is for first-time land buyers, but also if you have been buying land before, you're a second-time land buyer, or you've even bought land before, you can still use this checklist to guide your next land investment to ensure you don't fall into the hands of scammers. The first thing on the checklist is to investigate the seller. Yes, you heard me right. Investigate the seller, not the land. We'll get to the land in a minute. The first thing you need to investigate is the seller, because once you can get past that point of trying to build a trust with the seller, trying to check the veritability of the seller, that is when you can start budging about the land. You will find all sorts of ads about land in Lagos, in Ibejuleki, in different parts of Lagos. But who is posting this ad? What company is posting this ad? How can you get in touch with the company? What have the company been doing? Check out their social media profiles, their Facebook profiles, their Instagram profiles, on YouTube, wherever you can find them. Check everything you can find. Google the name of this company, see what comes up. Have they been called out for scamming people before? Have they been called out for collecting money and not giving allocation? Have they been called out for terrible things? Investigate the seller. If you're talking with a real estate consultant, investigate the consultant as well. Check online, check on Instagram, check on Facebook, check who this person is outside what they claim to be selling, right? That is when you can be rest assured that, okay, it is all right to do business with this person, because there are so many people that will post ads. They will just copy and paste. They will post what they don't have, they will post what is not in their name, they will post what they are not selling, and then at the end of the day, they will just cook up all sorts of documents, take you to somewhere and tell you that's your land. Investigate this, that's very important, and that cannot be stressed enough. The second thing on the list is to investigate the property. Yes, now we're now on the land. You've investigated the seller, you've checked his veritability, you've checked that veritability, you've investigated the company, and you see that, okay, they are clean, they've been doing business for a while, for years, and everything has been going fine. There've been no bad reviews or very terrible reviews about them. Now, move to the property they want to sell to you. The fact that they've been doing business well all along and all through the years doesn't mean they can't, change. We are humans. Change is like the only constant thing. So investigate the property they're offering to sell you, or the property you're interested in buying. Go and make your due diligence. Yes, due diligence cannot be overemphasized. Request for the survey, request for the documents they claim to have. If you don't know how to go about this, you could get in touch with a lawyer to help you check these documents to ensure that they are right. And you can actually take it yourself. If you are in Lagos, you can request for the survey and take it to the land bureau. The land bureau at Alausa, Ikeja. Right there, you can make every check you need to make on the land. Any document they give you to. Most documents are, in fact, all documents for land are registered at Alausa. So all you just have to do is to request and then go to the land bureau there or the land registry there and make your own findings to be sure what they are telling you is what it is. Now, the importance of investigating the documents and the land is to ensure that first off, the land they're selling to you is not a committed land. That is not under government's acquisition and it doesn't have any encumbrance on it. And secondly, is to ensure that it belongs to them. So those are like very key reasons why you want to, investigate the land, investigate the documents. The third thing on the checklist is inspection. Yes, You now trust the seller. You've investigated the land and yes, it belongs to the seller. Now it's time to see for yourself what this thing is, to see for yourself what this land is. What are they exactly selling? Are there things on the sites there that could, turn you off and make you change them? You need to visit the land. You need to inspect. Yes. I'm not saying don't take anybody's word for it, but you need to see it with your eyes or send someone you trust over to inspect the land on your behalf. Because there are some things they won't tell you. Even if everything is alright with land in terms of title, in terms of location, it might not be exactly what they are saying it is. They will tell you, okay, the land is at Ekpe and it's 5 minutes drive from St. Augustine University. Upon getting there, it's like 3 hours from St. Augustine University. So you need to know that these people just use a lot of words to make this thing sell fast. So you have to be there yourself, inspect, make sure it is what they say it is. The next step is documentation. You need to make sure you receive proper documentation for that land. And now I'm going to be talking about 4 documents which I believe are like very, very important. There are more documents aside this, but I feel like these 4, they are important for every land you have to deal with in Lagos. The first is contract of sale. So a contract of sale is like a written agreement of the land. It's a written agreement between you and the seller on the land. So you don't get to a point and the seller is trying to change his mouth or like tell you what wasn't part of the deal at the start. The essence of the contract of sale is to state clearly how payments will be made, when payments will be made, everything about the contract. That's what's going to be in the contract of sale. And it is most important if you are paying in installments. So yes, if it's an installment, you want to have a contract of sale. So the seller doesn't just flip one day and decide to, cancel the contract and return the money because he has seen a better buyer who wants to pay much more for the land. So contract of sale is very important. The second document in which you should be getting is the receipt. For every payment you make sure you get the receipt. Receipt is basically proof of payment. It is what you can use to say, okay, yes, I made this payment, I made that payment. So receipt is very important. The third document you should ensure you get is the deed of assignment. So the deed of assignment is basically the document that shows the transfer of ownership and interest from the seller to the buyer. So it is one legal document you need to have. It is what states that the seller has transferred his right over the land to the buyer. Now the fourth is the survey plan. The survey plan is also a very, very important document because it states the boundary, it states the size and the coordinates for this land. So you want to ensure you get these 4 documents, and some documents you could get is the CFO, which is certificate of occupant, and governor's contents where they apply. But the 4 I mentioned earlier are like the basics in which you should have in just every land transaction you get involved in. Now if you are buying from a company, this is like the last step really. If you're buying from a company, ensure you get your allocation. It's not enough to just collect your documents. Ensure you know where they've given you in the estate. A quick recap of the 5 points we've mentioned in this checklist. The first thing to do is to investigate the seller. The second thing to do is to investigate the property. The third is to inspect the property. The fourth is to get all your documentation. And the fifth is to get your allocation, which is the last and final step for this checklist. These are my ultimate checklist for first-time land buyers in Lagos. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a like, share to your friends who you feel will benefit from this video, and also subscribe to the channel. That is very important. So please subscribe to the channel.